Lying is an art that not everyone masters. Some people can barely lie without looking guilty or inconsistent, while others lie so calmly and convincingly it is almost an instinct. But being a good liar is not about being evil or malicious. It is about controlling your emotions, choosing your words carefully, and understanding how others perceive your stories. Today, we are diving into the Zodiac signs to rank them from the worst liars to the best liars based on how believable, consistent, and controlled they are when they lie. At the very bottom, we find Sagittarius, who is a terrible liar. This sign values honesty and freedom so much that lying feels like a personal restriction. Sagittarius often overshares their true thoughts without realizing it, and their facial expressions give them away immediately. They struggle to keep stories straight, turning even small lies into accidental confessions. In reality, Sagittarius is blunt rather than deceptive, making them one of the easiest signs to catch in a lie. Next up is Aries, who lies impulsively rather than strategically. Their emotions are easy to read. Anger, impatience, and defensiveness peek through whenever they are questioned. Aries hates being challenged and prefers straightforward confrontation over deception. Because they do not plan their lies, their stories often fall apart under pressure, revealing their truth much sooner than they would like. Leo, ranked 10th, often exaggerates for the sake of their ego rather than outright lying. They want to maintain an admired image, so their falsehoods often revolve around self-enhancement. Although their confidence helps sell their stories, their ego can cause overacting, making their lies obvious once questioned. Leo's desire for validation sometimes undermines their ability to be discreet and convincing. Taurus is uncomfortable with lying and prefers stability and consistency in life. They usually lie only to avoid conflict and keep their stories simple. However, guilt visibly shows through their body language when they do lie. Taurus does not enjoy deception and tends to avoid it unless absolutely necessary, which makes their lies less convincing and easier to detect. Cancer lies from an emotional place. Their lies aim to protect feelings, whether their own or others. Their emotion can make their stories sound convincing momentarily, but it also quickly exposes them as mood swings and guilt accumulate. Cancers struggle with consistency, and their emotional nature makes their lies less about skill and more about care-driven intentions. Libra lies with smooth politeness, wanting to avoid conflict at all costs. Their calm and pleasant delivery initially makes their lies believable. However, hesitation often creeps in as they overthink their words, worried about fairness and balance. While Libra can lie well momentarily, their self-doubt means their deception rarely lasts long without cracks showing. Virgo approaches lying logically and carefully. They think through every detail to structure believable stories, avoiding emotional tells that could give them away. Yet, their tendency to over-explain and correct themselves introduces nervous energy that leaks through. Virgo's lies are crafted well, but they are not effortless or foolproof. Capricorn lies strategically and only when necessary. They maintain composure under pressure, keeping their stories minimal and emotion-free. Their lies tend to be believable and controlled, though sometimes they can come across as cold or detached. Capricorn's calculated approach to deception makes them harder to catch, but also less relatable when lying. Gemini is a natural when it comes to verbal deception. They adapt quickly, improvise easily, and keep track of details without missing a beat. Their conversational skills help distract from the truth, making their lies sound natural. However, inconsistency in their stories can catch up to them later, revealing the cracks beneath their quick wit. Aquarius lies with a detached calmness that makes them highly convincing. They do not panic or overreact, maintaining a neutral tone no matter the situation. Their logical thinking during deception allows them to outmaneuver questions and detach from emotional consequences. Aquarius's ability to lie cleanly and calmly places them among the better liars of the zodiac. Scorpio ranks just below the best liar with their intense and calculated approach. They plan their lies meticulously and control their facial expressions carefully. Understanding psychology allows them to anticipate questions and stay composed during scrutiny. Their emotions remain hidden deeply beneath the surface, making their lies extremely hard to detect and highly effective. The top position goes to Pisces, who blends reality with imagination so seamlessly that they often believe their own lies. Their emotional depth makes their stories compelling and convincing, and they effortlessly adjust narratives while reading their listeners' reactions. Pisces mirrors emotions and blurs the boundaries between truth and fiction, making them the most believable liar of all zodiac signs. Thanks for watching this zodiac ranking on the best and worst liars. If you enjoyed this video and want more fascinating insights into astrology and psychology, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have got plenty more rankings, personality deep dives, and cosmic content coming your way. Until next time, stay curious and keep observing the stars.